Good afternoon, traders. It is Thursday, July 7th, 2016, and the U.S. stock market is closed. I hate to say it, but I'm kind of enjoying this trading vacation because it seems like nearly every day it just makes me happy that I'm not in these stocks with real money, and I can't say I enjoy that, but there's no tension, there's no fear, except I'm very disappointed in these markets, and yeah, I'm certainly glad I wasn't trading with real money today. It was just what we're seeing is more of this, crazy back and forth whipsaw action, and nobody can make any money in it. I called the Dow up based on what I thought might have been a bull spike yesterday. Well, it started out just like I would have expected. It started pretty strong, but then it gets up here, fails, sells off all day, and then rallies at the end. I mean, I don't know how you make any sense out of this, but what it does is it really screws up everything we do. We managed to get out of our existing positions with a whopping positive $200. We're not going to get rich with that, but what's worse is this horrible pattern that we've seen way too much of, where the market runs up, for the first hour, hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes, and then after getting it into a bunch of stuff, about 11 positions today, it fails. And out of those 11 positions, all but one of them are negative. Just terrible. Just a clean killing across the board. And consequently, after making a whopping $200 positive and closed out, we're carrying negative $15,000 going into tomorrow. I think we're down about 18,000 when it was down here. This little pop-up helped us a little, but I've done this enough. No, there's absolutely nothing that's going to save us from having a big losing day tomorrow. It's just sickening. And the problem, again, I keep talking about this, it's driving me nuts. It's this iron ceiling up here. And as soon as we get up here close to that iron ceiling, the sellers come in mass. So, and it gets us in. We're buying this stuff up here. I mean, the system's buying. I'm not buying it. My customers aren't buying it. But, I want my system to work, and it's not working. It's getting us in at the worst possible time, and then, of course, it's selling off from there. And, that's a problem. It's not, here's the thing that's frustrating. It's not a bear market. It's not a bear market. It's a trading range market, and as soon as it gets up here, the sellers jump in and they sell it off, and then we get down here, and it comes back up, and then we'll start buying it again up here, and they'll sell it again. Something's got to give. I mean, I almost wish we could have another Brexit election to drive it back down, because when it's, drifting along in this area, it's just impossible. Anyway, I don't mean to rant and rave. I'll show you how bad it was today. The day started out with this. This was our best trade from yesterday. This was JNUG, our gold bull. We had bought this yesterday. We closed up here with about $2,000 positive profit. Down it comes this morning, just horrible. We're stopped out the first 15 minutes, and we're stopped out with $4.3 thousand negative. That makes a bad start. And by the way, we would have had pretty negative numbers on our closed out trades, except that little we had this pop up at the beginning of the day. It didn't hold, but it popped up at the beginning of the day in biotech, and we had several positions in biotech. So this was one of them. This, of course, is the biotech bull. We bought this yesterday. We got out here on close to the open, and we took $2.8 thousand positive out of that. And then we had some of the stocks that make up biotech also do pretty well. That was the way we offset that horrible trade in JNUG and managed to get out with a tiny profit on our closed out. If we hadn't had this, we would have been in even worse trouble. But the problem is that we didn't make hardly any money on our closed out trades, and then we get in to 11 positions in new positions, and 10 of those are all negative. This is the worst one, but this pattern continued across most of the stocks we got into. This is SN Sanchez Energy Corp. You can see here, I mean, you know, this is basically mirroring the Dow almost. We had this big push at the beginning of the day. We buy it, we get a little bit of profit here, and then it just totally fails. And we're carrying negative $4.5 thousand in Sanchez Energy Corp. And we have 10 more like this. Maybe not quite as bad, but they're very similar. We have 10 losing positions going into tomorrow. $15,000 negative. Terrible. Anyway, that's how it went on this bad Thursday. This is Trader Bob signing off. I will be back here online on Friday.